All right, welcome to another episode of Beyond the Policy, and today we got somebody real special here. We got our VP of Sales, Josh Amador. What's going on, Josh? Thanks for joining us.
Lovely to be here. Pleasure to be here. Pleasure to bring what we got to the table.
All right, so we're 30% done. Well, we're almost 30% done with 2024, and it's been a great year for us so far. A lot of growth. A lot of things happening positively for Comfort Insurance. Let me ask you something. Is the insurance agent opportunity still available out there for the individuals looking, for a career in this industry?
Absolutely. I mean, I would say that it's a business that, like any business, it's gonna take some grit. It's gonna take some focus. It's gonna take some dedication, some commitment, but yeah, absolutely, it's a business that's been around for thousands of years, and it's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, we're always looking for new agents who want to benefit from what this industry provides for them.
So I was recently having a conversation with an individual that was interested in partnering with Comfort, and he's like, the reason why I'm looking to get into the insurance industry is because the insurance industry is a cat business. And I asked him, what do you mean by a cat business? What do you mean by that? I don't know if you know, but if you get a cat and you throw it off the 4th floor, supposedly, I don't know, I never threw a cat off the 4th floor before, but supposedly you throw a cat and it's always going to land on its feet. So he gave me that comparison, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, I'm going to definitely take that because that's a really nice saying, and I totally agree. The insurance business is just like a cat. You're always going to stand on your feet. But with that said, there's a lot of misunderstandings in this insurance world, and that's why you got to be up to date with everything that's going on. Do you know of some of the insider news that we have that's happening recently?
Well, yeah, I mean, as you're all aware, and if you're not, we do offer all lines here in our agency, in our brokerage, and some life and health industry news as of right now. One of the carriers that we are very well acquainted with is Washington National. Okay. Washington National provides supplemental health products, right? And it helps those people that are stuck with a medical bill, and their health insurance just didn't resolve, or they're left with that copay, and it covers that deductible. So Washington National, one of the carriers that we've been working with from when we started, they're actually pulling out of their cancer product out of 36 states. Wow. And that could be for multiple reasons, but it could be that they're just not performing with that product there. But what do you feel about that?
I mean, that hit me hard because I don't know about the viewers out there, but I have experienced some loss, and Washington National was that company that took care of me. They gave me a 5-figure check, multiple checks actually, when I had a car accident, and that policy was the policy that took care of me when I couldn't work for 6 months. So that definitely,
well, they're pulling out their cancer product, not necessarily their other product, but okay. Their cancer specific product is the one that they're pulling out of these 36 states. But as this is obviously just
36 states. Wow.
This is just the first step, so we'd have to continue with they're developing and how they're gonna go after their clientele, and
So I mean, I'm just giving you some insider news here, but these insurance companies, they're big, okay? They're big, okay? And they move the economy, and when they pull out a product from 36 states, a cancer product from 36 states, that makes me feel a little bit antsy because they must know something that we don't know. So I definitely recommend people out there, do your preventive cares, do what you need to do, and make sure to check yourselves because these people know information that we don't know, and you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know. So if you caught that,
I like that.
Make sure to get yourself checked. Definitely do some preventive care and make sure mammograms, whoever it is, females, males, go get checked. All right. With that said, all right, that was Washington National. That one was, I felt that one. I'm gonna look more into it because those 36 states, we definitely want to know where they're at.
Absolutely. Florida's not one of them, so that's good for us. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. With regards to just some agent trainings that are happening.
So something I want to add on to there, for the individuals or the agents, consumers, whoever it is out there watching us. So they're pulling out of 36 states, but they're not pulling out of Florida. So what that means is that, I mean, Comfort Insurance can still be that brokerage to assist you or help you get that contract. So even though you have an individual in New York, you can, if you're in the state of Florida, you can go ahead and sell that policy even though that individual lives in New York. So keep that on the top of mind, because just because they're pulling out of 36 states doesn't mean that you won't be able to have cancer coverage. Comfort Insurance is located in Florida. We are licensed here. So that is an advantage you have. Sorry to interrupt, Josh.
Well, the beauty of being an independent broker is that we know that we're not limited to one carrier, and you know, we're going to provide you all the options that might not be able to just be found anywhere with a company that just represents one company.
Definitely. So, options we have.
Right, and just some other industry news for any agents out there.
UHC for Medicare. Yeah. Medicare. If you know anybody that's turning 65, that's definitely a window opener and an opportunity to get your foot in the door. And you'll get your foot in the door. And then with that, I mean, we have so much availability, so many different products. So I mean, we're in all lines brokerage. What that means is we do health, life, home, auto, commercial, boat, whatever it is that you need, Comfort Insurance has got you. So what else is going on in the insurance world, Josh? Talk to me.
So also, well, if we're gonna divert a little to the other side, for Nationwide serves not only life and health, but they also mainly serve property and casualty, as everyone is well aware. But in Florida specifically, they are pulling out of most parts of Florida, if not all. Okay, Nationwide is pulling out their personal lines products. That means their home, their autos, their floods. I mean, whatever personal lines products is out there.
It's about that time. I mean, that normally happens around this time of the year, because I mean, Florida is very susceptible. To hurricanes, and hurricane season's coming up. Summer is our rainy season, or hurricane season. So a lot of these carriers know, like, hey, summer's coming. We might want to get out of Florida for now. So a lot of these carriers know when to get out and try to avoid certain time frames in this state specifically. And if you don't know specifically when or who, just reach out to us. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know if you have a carrier that you want to know a little bit more about. Just drop a comment and we'll try to tailor an episode for you guys.
Yeah, something to keep in mind talking about hurricanes and all this good stuff. But this year, experts are projecting a very high level of hurricane activity. From what I've seen and what I've read across different platforms, CNN, New York Times, the Hurricane Center. Okay, but just, I mean, stay up to date with your stuff. But we are expecting an active, extremely 5 days ago, Channel 8 News, or from what I'm reading here, is predicting an extremely active 2024 hurricane season ahead. So
yeah, I got that from various news sources actually.
Right.
That's why I touched that hurricane piece, because a lot of these people need to know. I know that most individuals out there, they like to insure their property before they like to insure their health and their life, even though it should be backwards. But I'm not going to touch that subject right now. The point is that that property coverage, that home coverage, could be at risk. A lot of individuals out there might have a non-renewal, and what does that really mean, Josh? What is a non-renewal or a cancellation, and are these insurance companies planning, to not cover us for a specific reason? What's going on there?
So what happens is when you get a non-renewal notice, what's going to happen is that the company, the insurance company, is essentially saying that we don't want to take on this risk for another year. So if you suffer a catastrophic loss, we don't want to be the ones to pay out your claim. That's what that means. And it could be for various reasons. It could be for the age of the roof. It could be for failure to maintain certain standards around the home. Because the insurance companies are going to send out their personnel to go inspect your home to see if it's insurable. At the end of the day, we need to know that there has to be something insurable, and for something to be insurable, the insured has to keep up their end of the bargain, right? And so if the insured is not keeping up their end of the bargain, well, they're gonna pull out for whatever reason. And but I mean, it's not like there's not options. There is options. At the end of the day, there's options for everybody. There's options for everybody. And it's just a matter of finding the right options and having the right broker to steer you in the right direction, and the proper way, and the way to teach you and to educate you, not just sell you a price.
All right, so in layman terms, if you guys didn't catch that, Josh said the insurance companies, they give you that non-renewal because they'll see that you haven't upkept your house, and they're probably going to say, yeah, if he doesn't even take care of his house, how does he want me to take care of his house? So the insurance companies, they also do make that determination based on different adjusters, whatever it may be, appraisals, things that they take into consideration to see if you're actually keeping your end of the bargain. So take care of your home, please. Don't just expect the insurance company to take care of it for you. With that said, when an individual gets a non-renewal, when an individual gets a cancellation, they become instantly worried. But what options do they have there? Is there? I think it's the end of the world when an insurance company says, "Hey, yeah, it's impossible to insure your house." What possibilities do you see, Josh?
Well, I mean, like I said, luckily we are in a state that does provide a last resort resource, and they do provide the coverage if you need it. Now, if this company for whatever reason doesn't give you the coverage, then we have to look elsewhere, and then that's where it could get a little tricky, and that's where you might have to pay more than the average person for maybe the same property, but for X reasons, there will be options available. There's always going to be an option, and as long as whoever we're serving is aware that, as long as they're doing their due diligence and making sure that the decision they make, they're going to make it to the best of their ability because they were informed about the options they were presented. There will be an option for this person, and we never want to leave nobody underinsured. We never want to leave anybody underinsured, so we're always going to do our best to provide that solution for them.
All right, so I mean that's definitely positive, because I have had individuals or friends at least that flip out because their insurance went from $2,800 to $7,000. So, I mean, when they get an increase like that, do you think it is an option to look elsewhere?
Yeah, I mean, there has to be. Recently, over the last year, you've had multiple insurance companies that are willing to take on these risks, and a lot of them actually have the list here, but one of them is a new one. The most recent one that decided to take on these risks is it's named American Integrity. Okay.
I was thinking about Slide.
Okay, Slide is one of them.
Nice.
Okay, but I have the entire list here. I'm gonna go over it in a second. And you know, these are the companies that are saying, okay, you guys need your insurance. Well, we're gonna give you a competitive offer. We're not going to charge you an arm and a leg, and we're gonna provide you your base coverage that you need. And these are companies that are forming because other companies have gone bankrupt. So a lot of the personnel in these other companies, they're just getting together and saying, okay, there has to be a solution for this, because one, our nonprofit entity that governs the state of Florida cannot possibly sustain all the risk. It's impossible, you know. And so, you know, there are companies that, there's going to be new companies coming in this year that we're going to be on the lookout. And as soon as we're on the lookout, as soon as we see them, we're definitely going to be letting our field team and our agents know about it.
Is that nonprofit you spoke about? Would that happen to be Citizens?
Yes, Citizens. Yeah.
I didn't know that they were a nonprofit. I was like,
yeah, they're not a for-profit corporation.
Okay,
Yeah.
definitely. I actually learned something new with you today. Awesome.
Yeah, they're not in the business to make money. They don't want you. I promise they don't want to.
With that said, do you got anything else for us, Josh?
Well, I mean, I did want to mention some trainings that are going on that side of the business. Still this month, it was a 4-part series of commercial general liability webinars that I would say, even if you are an expert in your field, there's always something new to take away. It's always good to touch on the basics, and I always see it like you know, professional athletes who go to the gym every day and train what they need to every day, and they do the same small things every single day in and day out. And us as sales professionals, as industry insurance professionals, we're going to do our best to make sure that we are training every day with new companies. There's always markets are always evolving, insurance companies are always changing, insurance policies are always changing.
Absolutely.
And so the only way that we can keep up with it is by continually day in and day out taking those reps. The other day, an example that we heard, and Peyton Manning talking at the conference that we were at, and one of the things he talked about was taking a snap from under center. And he talked about how they played in the dome. They played in a dome in Indianapolis, and he used to practice taking wet ball snaps. And the wet ball snaps. The wet ball snaps, he would say, why do we even practice wet ball snaps? The center would tell him, right? The center would tell him, why do we even practice wet ball snaps? We're playing in a dome. And he says, because you never know, we might need it. And they played in the Super Bowl 41 against the Bears here in Miami, and that day it was pouring. And one of the first things that he mentioned was that the other opposing team, the Chicago Bears, they fumbled the ball twice, and they play outside. And Peyton Manning, the Colts, never fumbled the ball. They ended up winning that game. But it just showed you how the preparation of simply taking the ball under center, something that he'd been doing since he was a child, 8 years old, practicing football. And that same concept we apply to ourselves and in our businesses. And every single day, we're looking for a way to develop the basics, learning why this is what it covers, and why you need this, or why.
And that's what you want. Essentially, that's what you want. You want the best, right? So everybody wants the best, and necessarily the best just doesn't attain itself or concentrate itself on price. It's not really just about the price, but it's about getting better every day. Like, who is your insurance professional that is guiding you to make your decisions? Are they putting in reps every day? Are they training every day? Do they have that access and that availability to give you different options? So with that, what I'm gonna say is, Comfort Insurance, that's what we do. We make you feel good about the decision that you're about to make, and in our vision, it's to bring light to the insurance world again, because a lot of people out there just talk trash about insurance. In reality, insurance, in my opinion, changed my life. In my opinion, it has the power to protect your assets and the future of yours and your family. So with that said, I want to let you know that we're hitting the gym every single day with that in mind, right? Being better so that we can provide our customers, our clients, that information, the best information. And I love the way that you put it with the football and Peyton Manning. That conference was on point. I actually, what stuck with me from that conference was Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, the part that he told me, the best moment in his career was when he got his first loss. That was the best. That was his highlight. His highlight was the best moment in his career was when he got his first loss. Like, he really said that. A grown-ass man said, the best time in my life was when I got knocked out. That was the best time of my life. Why? Because it just woke me up and turned me into a different animal. And that's exactly what we're doing. Comfort Insurance is here year after year, making sure that we're better for our customers, for our agents, for our partners. Josh, we're getting close to the 30-minute mark. Any last words that you have to say to our agents, consumers, customers, policyholders?
Nothing. Just we thank you for trusting us, and we look forward to continuing to serve you.
We're looking forward to continuing to grow with you. With that said, on to the next one. Beyond the Policy. See you next.